Hey guys, it's me, Luden, and today I'm going to make a little video in regards to AI and basically the sort of hatred towards it. I've seen a lot of people make videos and like these, um, like exposing people for using AI, especially other artists who are actually doing work. Um, I it's really sad, I guess, just because a lot of the time, these artists are just using it for references. Even if they're just tracing over it, it's being like touted as them like having zero talent and just using it the same way someone who's actually, just copying or using AI as their own art, which I think is really harmful, especially to artists as a whole, because there's really no sense in it. As you could see on this picture that I've been working on lately, it's not finished yet, but it's still a work in progress. I started out um, with a few prompts, and this is what I got for the prompts. There's a few different styles, a few different poses and stuff, but there was like a certain pose I was looking for, um, and it's just easier to simply type it into Midjourney or PixAI and sort of get a relative pose that I want rather than having to scour the internet and then find a pose that is similar. I'd rather just have it give me what I want. And so I take this picture. I picked this one, and I don't know if you can see it too much in the exported time lapse. But I edit the actual AI art quite a bit before I like sort of go in with the pose. And as you can tell from like my art compared to the original, I guess the AI, it's completely different. I'm not just like copying the entire image as a whole. I'm just using the pose as a base. That's usually how I use AI. Sometimes I'll use it for backgrounds just because I suck at drawing backgrounds and I do not have the time or brain to learn backgrounds. I've been drawing all my life, and through my entire 35 years of being alive, I have not grasped the concept of backgrounds. And that's okay. That's just not my strength. Other people are good at it, and AI is also good at it. And it just adds a different layer to my artwork that my commissioners know about and they appreciate. Um, but in between my art and the AI that I use, it is just inspiration. Um, it's just a guideline, like a really rough guideline. I think also people have this misconception that using AI in any way whatsoever is stealing. Um, that's not true. Any form of art itself is a copy of any art previously that has ever been made. There's no original art. Um, there's no original anything. People have been using and copying poses from Pinterest, Tumblr, Facebook, Google search for decades now. And that's something that is never going to change. AI has just made it easier for people like me, specifically, to find references and use them in a way that is far more conducive of a productive sort of um, workflow. Also, in this image, you can see that I traced some boots down at the bottom, just because I was having trouble sort of working out how the shoes would look. I just found a boot model I liked on Sketchfab, and Sketchfab is where people upload 3D models for people to import into games or engines or anything like that. I just use them to get references for shoes. Shoes is mostly what I look for on Sketchfab, just because that's also another thing that my brain just can't really parse properly. Especially like more modern shoes. I'm a lot better at like old, like fantasy type, like boots and stuff like that. But more modern shoes, my brain just doesn't like it. That's okay. To be a artist, you do not have to be good at everything. You do not have to master anatomy. You don't have to master backgrounds or composition. The reason AI is so useful is because it allows you to focus on what is important to you and what you are good at. And AI can supplement in between those sort of blind spots, I guess, for you. This is to say, of course, I don't really support just people, claiming that a full AI image is their own, just because that's silly. Of course, if you've trained the model yourself on your own art or something like that, that's completely fine and irrelevant, I think. But I think attacking artists, especially younger artists, growing artists, from using tools and just learning art overall the way they want to is extremely damaging. And it's not good for anyone. It's not good for you, and it's not good for the people you dislike because they're doing something you don't like. That's about all for this. I guess check me out again somewhere. I've been doing art most of my adult life, my living life. But yeah, just sort of second guess if you ever feel like bullying someone for using a tool that you particularly don't like. Just ask why, maybe. Learn their process. Maybe learn from something from that. Thanks.